So, lads, today we're going to be reacting to the over-unders for the WNBA season. And what some of them look kind of crazy. And again, I am not doing this from a perspective of giving you guys tips to gamble. Like, it should be well known my feelings on sports gambling. Again, if I don't mind, anyone can do what they want with their own money. I think it's a dangerous addiction that shouldn't, and I think promoting it should be seen as in the same light as promoting vapes, promoting cigarettes, promoting alcohol and stuff that I just don't really want to do on this channel. I just think it's an extreme addiction that destroys lives. And by the way, I think it's a worse addiction than any of the things that I mentioned. But yeah, it's a look, like, it is what it is. It's a thing, but these are odds on a certain website. A certain website actually that has, I don't know, let's say in the last week has been emailing me about 5 times to start promoting them. And it wasn't one of these, it was another one. So I'm going to cut out what the odds are. They have an over, under, and odds. I'm going to cut out what the odds are because screw gambling. So we're going to look at this right now from highest to lowest. So first up is the Golden State Valkyries, 15.5. Way too high. Way too high. The Golden State Valkyries are not winning 15 games this season. There is no way that the Golden State Valkyries are winning 15 games this season. That is mental. There is no way the Valkyries are winning 15 games. And I mean that. I mean that. They are not, under any circumstance, winning 15. Like, I know people are going to be saying, oh, they're a new team, they're going to try to win games. Do you know how hard it, like, the Wings won 9 games last year. Even the Wings win every one of the extra 5 games last year. I get it, the Wings had injuries last year. Arike played every game for them. The Wings had Arike playing a full season. They had Satu for half a season. They had Natasha Howard for like 23 games. They had JC Sheldon for the whole season, who's better than anyone on the Valkyries. They had, I'm trying to think who else the Wings had. They had Maddie Siegrist for a lot of the season. There is no way the Valkyries win 15 games. That is mental. That is absolutely mental. But the Connecticut Sun, 16.5. I actually have a weird feeling the Sun are going to do a little better than expected. 16.5. That kind of makes sense. That number makes sense. The Mystics, 18.5. Again, I don't know. The Mystics are not going to be... The Sky are not going to be within 1 win of the Mystics. There's no way. Like, the Mystics are not going to be near... 18.5 is like near 500. There's no way the Mystics are winning 18.5. They were trying to win most of last year. And they won 13... They won, what, 12 games last year? What did they win last year? Like 12 games? So, the Mystics, the league isn't as good, is better this year. They won 14 games last year. And they were trying to win. They were trying to push for the playoffs, and they won 14. There's no way they win 4 more games than last year. I don't care if there's 4 more games. And Georgia Amore is out. Aaliyah Edwards is hurt. And I know they had a bit of an injury crisis last year, and they started off the year 0-11, yada, yada, yada. But, like, they're not winning more games than last year. They're just not. They got rid of Ariel Atkins, who's way better than anyone they brought in. They got rid of Carly Samuelson, who's at this point better than Sonia Citron. No way in hell do they win 18.5 games. 19.5 for the Sky, I actually think maybe, yeah. So 19.5 is, say 19, let's just say 20 is the over. So 20 and 24. Yeah, I actually think that win total is about right. But I think that win total is going to get them top 8. I think that win total, like, if you win 20 games, you're going to make the playoffs. They have the Sky not making the playoffs here, and they have the Dream not making the playoffs. But all these are the same. I genuinely think 20 wins will make the playoffs this year. The Dream, 20.5. It just depends if anyone can guard their double bigs. It really just depends. Can anyone guard their double bigs? If you can guard their double bigs, then it's fine. It's fine. Like, if you can guard the double bigs, it is absolutely fine. Like, they're going to make the playoffs. If the double bigs, or say if you guard the bigs, you'll be fine. If you can't guard the double bigs, they'll win. But if the double bigs doesn't work or one of them gets injured, the dream could fall into the freaking lottery. Like, I think the dream, fair enough with that. You just never know. The Sparks, 20.5. Okay. Maybe the Sparks being under 500. Yeah, I think the Sparks have potential. They have no defense. The Seattle Storm are so much better than the Wing. Oh my god. The Seattle Storm at sub 500, like, they're not that bad. They got better. Like, it was Jewel Lloyd's addition by subtraction. But again, they are going to be heavily reliant on a shooting guard suffering from Crohn's disease. Like, they are going to be very, very reliant on a player suffering from Crohn's. So maybe 20.5 is fair. Maybe 25.20. Yeah, maybe it is. The Dallas Wings, 20.5. Again, I don't hate these over on. One of these teams is going to stink, and it's more than likely the Wings. Mercury at 500. The Mercury could be a top 3 seed, or they could be one of the worst teams in the WNBA. Like, they are an Alyssa Thomas, a Satu Sabally, or a Kat Copper injury away from being legitimately terrible. Like, they are an injury away from. We are one injury, not multiple injuries. If they have multiple injuries, they're the worst team in the WNBA. Like, let's just touch wood, nothing happens. But, like, Alyssa Thomas is an Iron Woman, so she plays every year. But, like, let's just say Alyssa Thomas gets hurt. They got no engine. They're going to lose every game. If Alyssa Thomas goes down, it's over. If Alyssa Thomas gets suspension for clotheslining somebody, they're going to lose that game. So, I don't know about the Mercury, but now the top 4 teams. The Minnesota Lynx having a lower win total projected than the Las Vegas Aces, and nobody over 30. What? There's 4 more games. The New York Liberty won 32 last year. The New York Liberty literally won 32 games last year. They added 4 more games, and they're meant to lose 3 more? What? The Aces, again, the Aces won 27 games last year. I don't think the Aces win 27. Out of the 44, they might do it. But, like, the Fever are going to win. I would assume there's no way that this is the line for the Fever. So there's no way, like, if 26-20, that would be a disaster. That would not be a good season for the Fever. 27-19. Sorry, 26-22. Oh, sorry, Jesus. What was it? Sorry, 26-18. It wouldn't be a good season for the Fever. 27 and if it's 2070 or 27-17, wouldn't be a great season either, to be honest. Like, that's like what the Storm did last year. That was good for the 5th seed. And, like, all of these win totals are going to change because the Valkyries are winning like 7 games. Like, the Sun are probably winning single-digit games. I don't think this is real. The Mystics are not winning more than 12 games. And one of these teams is going to suck. I don't know who it's going to be, but one of them's going to suck. But the Aces, the second highest win total, they were the 4th seed last year and got significantly worse. They lost their entire bench, and they lost Kelsey Plum and downgraded with downgraded Kelsey Plum with or to Jewel Lloyd. There's no way. The Liberty are going to win way more than 29 games. Someone's going to win 30 games. Like, in each of the last 2 years, 2 teams have won 30 games. And now there's 4 more games and you're expecting nobody to win 30? This doesn't make sense. The Fever being the 3rd seed, cool, but the Aces is the 2nd seed. I'm sorry, what are we doing? Predicting the Aces to win because of Aja Wilson is like saying the Nuggets are going to win the NBA championship. Because they have about as good a roster around Aja as the Nuggets have around Jokic, if we're being honest. Even if you think Aja is the best player in the world, like, still does not mean you make this decision. But anyway, yeah, that's the video. I'll see you guys.